Howdy, y'all. I just learned a new word that I wanted to share with you, and it's the word decennial. That means an event that happens once every 10 years. Now, I don't know that it's actually been 10 years since we had our last spring cleaning, but I do know that we have lots and lots and lots of stuff all over the building that needs to be taken care of. And so we've declared it to be Spring Cleaning Month, especially this coming week. We're going to do a lot of cleaning and we need your help. You can see here all the stuff that we're getting ready. Maybe not all of what you're seeing is going to go, but a lot of what you're seeing is going to go. But we want to make sure that we don't throw away something that is significant to you. So if there's something in your classrooms that you want to make sure doesn't get tossed, would you go ahead and grab that and take that home this Sunday? We don't want to give away your stuff. But thank you so much for helping us out with this. We're going to call it the Decennial Spring Cleaning Event, and we'd love for your help. By the way, if you want to come volunteer, we'd love that too. See y'all soon. Bye.
Hey, Connect Group leaders. I'm excited to talk to you today about our wrap up of the Joseph story and how he reveals himself to his brothers. So I want you to think about a time that you have been surprised or you've seen somebody else get surprised. What was their reaction? Right? So there's so many different reactions to surprise, but I bet you that in our story this week, we are going to get to see some men that are surprised, scared, and maybe even a little confused. So we start this week when Joseph's brothers have come for the second time to come back, and Joseph reveals himself, right? So we learn, right, that God can use the worst of circumstances to accomplish his purposes. So Joseph begins to tell the story in the beginning of chapter 45, begins to tell his brothers, one, that he's their brother. And that's the shock value right there. They thought he'd be dead by now. They sold him into slavery. They didn't have it. They wrote him out of their book. They probably almost forgot about him. But Joseph, in this time, reveals himself, and he starts to tell his brothers about how God had used their choices, their evil schemes, to follow through with his will. Then we move into that God can provide for our needs in any situation. So even after the shock value that Joseph reveals to his brothers, and his brothers realize, like, this is our brother, and now I don't know what's going to happen, right? Joseph continues even further into how God not only kept him safe and kept him from dying in slavery, but he actually gave him favor in every situation that he was in, right? And so sometimes, and I want you to think about times where there's been situations in your life or people that you know that God has just poured out his favor in your life or their life. Help your people or the kids that you're leading or the adults that you're leading, right? Help them see that God is always using our choices for his plans. He's always using our choices for his plans. And he walks alongside us with every choice that we make. And sometimes he pours out extra favor into our life. Now, this last piece that we want to hit on is God can restore broken relationships. Y'all, I can't even imagine being Joseph or the brothers. I often put myself in Joseph's shoes, but I probably am one that is in the brother's shoes, where I get jealous and angry and let my anger guide my choices, right? And now they're sitting in this, shoot, I messed up. I let anger and jealousy hurt my brother, and now I don't know what he's going to do, right? But Joseph, because he has seen where God has moved in his life, is willing to forgive his brothers, and that relationship is restored. Y'all, think about times where relationships in your life have been restored. I can think of one with my brother and I, and we never got along as kids. Never. and I was always at the bottom of the pile. But over time and through hard times, God has restored and started to knit this relationship back together. I encourage you to think through relationships that have been restored, but maybe even think about relationships that need to be restored, that God is asking you to be the one to forgive and to step in and be the Joseph in the story. Y'all, this is a really awesome story. One of my favorites in almost an entire Bible, probably next to Jesus dying on the cross. So I just encourage y'all to dig in, take these passages and really talk deeply about them. Try and put yourself into the story, but not always in the hero's spot, right? I hope y'all have a great week. Hope y'all enjoy the preparation for class, and we'll see you on Sunday morning.